I'm Jimi Hendrick, and this is episode RP10, Self Reliance, with L. Tom Perry on Empower Your Patterns. Hi, I'm Jimi Hendrick. I am a success, confidence, and thrive coach, member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I wish to give you patterns to help you receive more, help you live a better and extraordinary life right now. So if you'll come with me, I will help you receive these patterns. Get ready. Let's go. Okay, this is the first of what I call it's a series I'm doing called The Main Street Rider, R-I-D-E-R. And I originally had plans for an interview, but things kind of got complicated. So here we go. I figured we would go with the late great L. Tom Perry. He was a theologian in the Restored Church of Christ. We're going to talk about self-reliance. So, folks, let's hit it.
Lehi and his family, after wandering in the wilderness for 8 years, they came to a land they called Bountiful, because it was a place of much fruit and wild honey. They came to a great sea, and they rejoiced unto the Lord, because he had preserved them. After they had been in the land Bountiful for a space of many days, the Lord spoke to Nephi and said, Arise and get thee unto the mountain. Nephi obeyed the Lord, and he went into the mountain and prayed. The Lord commanded Nephi, Thou shalt construct a ship, after the manner which I shall show thee, that I may carry thy people across these waters. Then Nephi asked the Lord, Whither shall I go, that I may find ore to molten, that I may make tools to construct the ship, after the manner which thou hast shown me? The Lord instructed Nephi that he could find ore, where he could find ore. But then Nephi was on his own. In Nephi 1 Nephi chapter 17, we read, And it came to pass that I, Nephi, did make a bellows, wherewith to blow the fire of the skins of beasts. And after I had made a bellows, that I might have herewith to blow, I did smite 2 stones together, that I may make fire. And it came to pass that I did make tools of the ore, which I did molten out of the rock. This is one of the most interesting stories we have in the Scriptures, because it tells of an instance where the Lord provided help, but then stepped aside to allow one of his sons to exercise his own initiative. I have sometimes wondered what would have happened if Nephi had asked the Lord for tools, instead of a place to find the ore to make the tools. I doubt the Lord would have honored Nephi's request. You see, the Lord knew that Nephi could make the tools, and it is seldom the Lord will do something for us that we cannot do for ourselves. The Lord does help when we go to him in times of need, especially when we are committed to his work and respond to his will. But the Lord only helps those who are willing to help themselves. He expects his children to be self-reliant to the degree that they can be. Brigham Young instructed the saints, instead of searching after what the Lord is going to do for us, let us inquire what we can do for ourselves. Independence and self-reliance are critical to our spiritual and temporal growth. Whenever we get into situations which threaten our self-reliance, we will find our freedoms threatened as well. If we increase our dependence on anything or anyone, Except the Lord, we will find an immediate decrease in our freedom to act. As President Heber J. Grant declared, nothing destroys the individuality of a man, a woman, or a child so much as failure to be self-reliant. Never before in my life has the doctrine of self-reliance been more needed to be preached and encouraged for the benefit of the saints. We live in a time of rapid change. Governments are rising and falling. Industries are blooming and then all too soon become obsolete. New discoveries in science are soon overshadowed by new findings. Unless we are continuously expanding our understanding and vision, we too will become out of date. Research tells us that individuals entering the labor market today will be forced to find 3 to 5 different careers paths.
I'm going to stop there for a minute. Many of you know that I am a firm believer as a Latter-day Saint, but my mindset is slightly different, and it's more of a dream, vision, business mindset than a job mindset. But let's continue. He does have a point.
During their productive lives, what must we do to become more self-reliant? My parents established a family tradition in our home, which was fun for me in the early years, and has become even more meaningful as I reflect back on it as years have passed. On the first birthday of each child of the family, we would gather into the living room. In the center of the living room floor, our parents would place articles for the 1-year-old child to select. The selection to be made might indicate an interest the child would pursue in life. The articles were the Bible, a child's bottle filled with milk, a toy, and a savings bank filled with coins. The child was placed on one side of the room and the family on the other side. The family members would encourage the child to crawl towards the objects and make a selection. This was all in fun, of course. I was told that I selected the bank and went into finance as my profession. I watched my brother Ted select the scriptures. He pursued law as his chosen profession, and over the years has relied on the scriptures as his basis of judgment. My youngest brother Bob was the well-rounded member of the family. He crawled over, sat down in the Bible, put the bottle in his mouth, and then held the toy in one hand and the bank in the other. Now I propose to you that this entertaining family activity, we can find some of the most fundamental principles of self-reliance. First, the scriptures represent our need for spiritual nourishment. In the scriptures, the Lord reveals his will to his children. From the very beginning of time, he has instructed his prophets to record his commandments with them for the benefit of his children. The Holy Scriptures declare eternal values. They are the firm foundation on which we can build a successful mortal experience. We become more self-reliant when we study the Holy Scriptures, which teach the principles that provide a divine center to our lives here in mortality. We should be comforted with the fact that we have the best text which has ever been written or ever will be written as our guide. We could turn to 2 Kings, the 5th chapter, and learn about obedience. We can study the life of Job and learn integrity. King Benjamin's address in Mosiah 2 teaches industry. The life of Joseph, as contained in Genesis 39, tells us what we should do when our standard of morality is being tested. These are just a few examples of the lessons we can learn from the Holy Scriptures. They are lessons which have stood the test of time. Our challenge is to make them come alive in the hearts and minds of our families as we assume the responsibility to teach them.
All right. For the balance of the time, I'm going to be talking about self-reliance. What I think it is. And you guys know me. If I can find a definition through Mr. Noah Webster, something went wrong. Well, there's no definition. Therefore, pattern realm, I'm going to give you my own personal definition. And that definition is this: assuming your own identity and your values, rising above mediocrity, and creating a bigger vision. Now, a lot of people want to get rich in order to drive this snazzy little sports car and all this stuff. And yes, I'd like to have a bigger house. I don't really care. I mean, being blind, I love cars, but I don't really care about the sports car. No, just something big and bulky to ride in to feel protected. You know what I mean? None of them sports cars are going to do that. The things are just the trappings. I think we should have self-reliance in order to develop influence, so we can influence those around us to have self-reliance. Okay? And if you're a parent, you have kids, definitely teach them self-reliance. I remember that was drilled into me by my daddy, the one that raised me. I remember 2 months before graduation, the talk at the dining room table, kind of like, you need to be your own man and don't expect me and your mama to always take care of you. And you know what? That is so true. That is so true. And that's why we need, with God's help, of course, with the Lord's help, of course, we need to be in charge as the captains of our destiny. 2022 was one of those years that really pushed me towards self-reliance. Now, I'm not going to go through all the details, but suffice it to say this: it gives me a chance to have faith where it's me and the Lord. You rely on other people all the time. It takes away your freedom. And I believe that what the theologian L. Tom Perry had to say is prophetic for our day. I really believe that with all my heart. And so, self-reliance is something that we need to master. It's something we needed to be on top of. And you know something? It's more encompassing than just silences. Okay, back. Sorry about that. A little technical difficulty there. But the fact of the matter is, I get frustrated with people say, well, the government take care of me. How many of you are tired of that? If so, join my quest. If you're like that and you want to make a change, join my quest. Join my quest to be a part of Pattern Realm. You don't want just puny little handouts. You want more. You want a better and extraordinary life right now. And that's part of the Business Writer series. You guys are going to be in for a special treat. I promise you. I promise you. Okay, guys, so up it. I hope you enjoyed listening. Please subscribe. Until next time, don't just sit there and take it. Build your dreams so you can take it. Do what others don't so you can be what others won't. And do what others won't so you can have what others can't. Please share this with Mama San, Papa San, and everyone. Until next time, choose, act, and pursue happiness. God bless you. Remember this, from the bottom of my heart, Jenny loves you. I really love you.